It always feels like the clock is ticking, like no matter what you do, you're behind on something. You wake up already feeling late. You measure yourself against everyone else's timeline. Who graduated earlier? Who landed a job? Who got married? Who bought a house? Even in your quiet moments, there's this restless hum in your chest that says, you're running out of time. But where does that feeling actually come from? Why do so many of us live under the weight of this invisible countdown? Psychologically, it starts with how we're wired. Humans are hyper-aware of mortality. Unlike other creatures, we don't just live. We know we're going to die. That awareness hangs over us, often quietly in the background, shaping the way we chase achievements, milestones, and goals. That urgency you feel isn't just about missing a deadline or not being successful enough. At its core, it's your mind wrestling with the reality that life itself is finite. But culture amplifies it. We grow up in systems that glorify speed and productivity. Schools tell us when we're supposed to graduate, society tells us when we're supposed to hit milestones, and social media constantly reminds us of who's ahead. It conditions us to believe there's a race happening, and if you're not sprinting, you're losing. And so even when nothing is technically wrong with where you are in life, you still feel behind. Another layer to this is comparison. Humans are naturally wired to compare. It's how we gauge safety and belonging. But in today's world, with constant exposure to other people's highlight reels, the comparisons never stop. You might be 25, scrolling and seeing someone your age who's traveling the world, someone else who just launched a company, and another who's already starting a family. Suddenly, your own pace feels slow. That anxiety, that whisper that you're running out of time, comes not from your actual reality, but from the distorted timeline you're measuring yourself against. There's also the psychology of scarcity. When you feel like time is slipping away, you live in a mindset that there's not enough. Not enough years, not enough opportunities, not enough progress. Scarcity makes you frantic, makes you cling, makes you chase. But here's the paradox. When you're always in a rush, you never fully live the moments you do have. You're so focused on racing forward that you miss the present entirely. You're alive, but not really here. And here's the hard truth. You will run out of time one day. That part is inevitable. But living in fear of it doesn't give you more of it. It only steals the time you do have. The real issue isn't that you don't have enough time. The issue is that you don't feel enough within the time you've already lived. That sense of urgency is really a reflection of how you measure your worth, by output, by milestones, by comparison. But think about this. The people you admire, the ones you compare yourself to, they aren't running on your clock. They're running on theirs. And life was never meant to be synchronized. Some people peak at 20, some at 40, some at 70. You're not late. You're just on your own path. The feeling of running out of time also connects deeply with regret. We look back at missed chances, wasted years, bad decisions, and convince ourselves the future is shrinking because of the past. But the truth is, your past already cost you enough. Don't let it also rob you of the present. The only time you actually control is now. There's a psychological shift that happens when you stop viewing time as a countdown and start viewing it as a canvas. Instead of fearing that the years are slipping away, you start asking, what can I create with the time I have? What kind of memories, impact, or growth can I fill these days with? Suddenly, time isn't an enemy. It becomes a gift you get to shape. And here's the inspiring part. You don't have to do everything fast to make it meaningful. Life isn't about cramming as much as possible into your years. It's about depth. A slow conversation with someone you love can hold more meaning than years of chasing milestones you didn't actually want. A single decision to be present can stretch a moment into something timeless. So why do you feel like you're always running out of time? Because you've been taught to treat time as a race instead of a life. You've been wired to believe peace means you're falling behind. But you're not. You're here. And as long as you're here, you're not out of time. You have this breath, this hour, this day. That's more than enough to begin again. Time will pass either way. The question is, are you going to spend it panicking about running out? Or are you going to live it fully while you still have it? Because maybe the real freedom comes not from trying to outrun the clock, but from realizing you never had to race it in the first place.